I am quite hesitant to share this. This is one of the strategies that I did not share in the past few years. Back in 2020 and 2021, this is one of the strategy that I never got to sharing on the internet. Unlike most of the other strategies out there, the more market participants that enter this particular strategy, the less effective it gets. And I guess for a more selfish reason, I did not share it. But this time, I want to share it. It is dangerous and it does involve crypto. And I'm not encouraging anyone to get into crypto. I must confess as well, the last time I did this strategy, I lost everything. I lost the entire account. Not because the strategy failed. Actually, the strategy was doing incredibly well that I kept putting more and more money in. The problem was the place I executed the strategy was on FTX. And so I lost all the gains that I made from there. It's not everything, of course. I don't put everything into crypto, just a small amount. But it sucks, right? When you find a winning strategy and then you're executing it, and it's not because your strategy was wrong or your thesis was wrong, but the exchange was a little piece off and then it closed down, right? So at the end of the day, it's still my fault for putting my money into FTX and the losses are my own. But this strategy basically involves shorting the basis. This will allow me to essentially capture 4% in the next 2 months. That would mean I will be making 26.53% every single year. And to put that into perspective, that means I beat Warren Buffett, and you don't just beat Warren Buffett like that. So obviously there is some risk to this strategy as well, to be able to make about 26%. And I'd like to share with you some principles first. Let me just show it to you. Alright, I am doing something known as shorting the basis. I want you to ignore this line below. We're going to just focus on the blue line because futures contracts are always priced higher in normal circumstances than the underlying asset. In this case, let's just use like oil, right? So let's say oil is trading at $60, but a futures that is due in 1 year is trading at $90. So what happens is going forward, from today all the way to 1 year's time. Now let's just focus on the one starting at 90 over here. Over time, after a month it will drop, after 6 months it will drop, and after 1 year it will drop even more. What's happening here is something known as contango, where the price of the future is going to be worth the exact same amount as the underlying asset. Now, why is that the case? Because there is something known as cost to carry, which is the difference between $90 and $60 over here. And in most cases, there really is a cost to carry, right? For example, if you're trading oil, you need space to store that barrel. You need to make sure you have those barrels of oil ready. And the cost to carry in this case is $30 for a year. Now let's translate that into crypto. So I will be using OKX right here. Let me use OKX as an example. Right here is the Bitcoin to USDT chart. Right now it's trading at 68,000-ish. Now let's take a look at the Bitcoin contract for the end of 31st of May. Right now that is 71732. Right, so let's do 71732. Over here we have about 68660 minus 68660. Let's divide this by the capital outlay. Now we multiply that by 100 and we have 4.5%, give or take a couple of percentage points. Yeah, it's fluctuating pretty fast. So this is your potential gain. You would be able to make difference between this 71,000 here and this 68,000 over here. Why is that? Because what we're going to do is buy spot Bitcoin and we're going to use that Bitcoin as collateral, and then we're going to short the 71,000 over here. Now what's going to happen? Right now we're going to make an immediate difference of $3,072, and that, my friend, is potential profit at the end of the 2 months. Risk here is if Bitcoin becomes worthless, i.e. it drops all the way to $0 and the exchanges close down. Why is that the case? Let's say right now Bitcoin drops to, I don't know, $10, right? It doesn't go to zero. It just dropped $10. Because you are shorting the contract, you'll be profiting that $71,000 here. But because you bought the spot Bitcoin at 68,000, sure, it goes down to $10 or close to zero and you lose 68,000, but you still make 71,000. The difference is that no matter what happens, when you even it out, you still make $3,000. Now, let's say the market goes to the moon, right? Let's say the market goes to $1 million right now. Because you shorted, you lose close to $1 million right here. But because you long the spot Bitcoin, you are going to make that $1 million as well. You lost money on your short, you gained money on your long, and the difference is $3,000 and you pocket that. Why? Because remember, contango means that right now, even though the futures is right now at 71,000, right now, the futures is at 71K, but price is trading at 68K, right? So eventually price will meet back here, and when will that time frame be? That will be at the 31st of May. So that's basically a very easy 4.5%-ish. This is also known as a delta neutral strategy. It doesn't matter whether the market goes up, whether the market goes down. I would make 4.5% at that price, as long as OKX doesn't close down, because they are the one hosting the contracts. I will be safe. And Bitcoin doesn't go to zero, completely zero. I will be able to make that $3,000 with just one Bitcoin. And the reason why I didn't share it, again, the more people know about this, the less effective it gets, right? You can look at the futures on CME. The spread or the cost to carry is a lot smaller. I think it's close to 1% or less. But this channel isn't very big, and I don't even know whether this video is gonna do very well. So for those of you who are watching it and you are serious about it, I don't know whether I should open a discussion thread, but you can join my Telegram group and let me know you came from this video if you have any questions. I promise I'll answer them. And it also let me know whether I should be diving into deeper topics like this, because this isn't a beginner strategy, right? You need to understand futures, you need to understand cost of carry, you need to understand contango, you need to understand TradFi first before you can apply any of these delta neutral strategies on crypto. And again, delta neutral strategies on TradFi gives you like 1% a year. It's very hard to find market inefficiencies, but finance is still finance. Whatever applies on TradFi applies in crypto, and if you can find these market inefficiencies, you can make money. So I hope that I can find other like-minded people and we can discuss on it as well. So cheers. This is not a normal video that I make, but I thought it's just worth making.